my channel, I've gone over multiple mysterious type of stories, and today I think it might be the most mysterious and bewildering story yet. Today we're going to go over the Dyatlov Pass incident. Let me know what y'all think, and let's get into the video. In 1959, a group of skiers formed an expedition across the northern Urals in Sverdlovsk Oblast, Soviet Union. The expedition was called the 21st Congress of the Communist Party of the Soviet Union and was possibly dispatched by the local Komsomol organization. Igor Dyatlov was the leader for the expedition, a radio engineering student, and he gathered 9 other members, most of who went to the same university as Igor. There were 8 men and 2 women, but one man returned home due to health issues, and he will later find out that was the best decision he's ever made in his life. Each member were grade 2 hikers with ski tour experiences. Grade 2 was the highest certification at the time in the Soviet Union. Candidates that wanted to get that certification had to trek 300 kilometers. The route that they took was designed by the group. It was to reach the far north regions of Oblast in the upper streams of the Lazva River. The city approved the route. The goal of this expedition was to reach the mountain Otorten, about 10 kilometers from where the incident occurred. On January 23, 1959, the group was given their route book, aka a map, and it listed their course following the number 5 trail. The group arrived by train to Ude at the center of a northern province of Oblast in the early hours of January 25, 1995. Then they took a truck to the last habited settlement to the north, and on the 27th they started their trek towards Otorten. One of the members, Yuri Yudin, had several health problems, and he said his knee and his joints were hurting, and he decided to turn back. And that was the best decision of his life because it saved his life. The rest of the hikers continued the journey. Diaries and cameras found that the group's last campsite made it possible to find the group's route up to the day preceding the incident. On the 31st, the group arrived at the edge of a highland area and started preparing to climb a wooded valley. They got a surplus of food and equipment that they would need for the trek back home. But sadly, that trek back home never happened for them. They wanted to get over the pass and make camp on the opposite side, but because of worsening weather due to snowstorms and low visibility, they lost their sense of direction and they started going west. And when the group realized their mistake, they just decided to set up camp on a slope of the mountain. But if they would have moved 1.5 kilometers, they would have been in a wooded area that would have provided some shelter from the winter storm. Yudin, the hiker that turned back, speculated Dyatlov didn't want to lose the altitude that they gained, and he wanted to practice camping on a slope. Before leaving for the expedition, Dyatlov told his sports group club that he would send a telegram once they all made it back. The club expected the messages to be no later than February 12th. Dyatlov said there might be some delays. So once the 12th came around and there was no messages or telegrams, there was not too much concern because he already said there would be some delays. But relatives of the expedition group demanded a search and rescue mission, and multiple people started looking for the group, including students, teachers, the police, and even the army. And on the 26th of February, they found the group's abandoned tent. The tent was badly tore up, and that campsite left the searchers baffled. The student that found the tent said it was badly destroyed, and all of their equipment were left in it, even their shoes. Investigators said the tent was cut open from the inside, and 9 sets of footprints of people only wearing their socks or even barefoot were found. They followed the footprints, and it was 1.5 kilometers on the opposite side of the pass to the northeast, and under a huge Siberian pine, they found remnants of a small fire and 2 dead bodies, and the bodies were shoeless and only dressed in their underwear. The branches of the tree were broken up to 5 meters high. They said maybe they climbed the tree looking for something, but multiple people think it could have been like an alien or a yeti. Multiple different conspiracy theories out there. And between the pine tree and the campsite, they found 3 more bodies: Dyatlov, Kolmogorova, and Slobodin. And the poses that they died in suggested they were trying to get back to their tent. It took the searchers 2 more months to find the rest of the bodies. On May 4th, they found the other 4 bodies under 4 meters of snow in a ravine 75 meters deeper into the woods. 3 of the 4 were dressed better than the other bodies, and it was determined that they used clothing from the people that were dead to keep warm and other uses. After examination of the first 5 bodies, they found no injuries that caused the death, so they chalked it up to hypothermia. Slobodin had a small crack in his skull, but it was determined not to be a fatal wound. But the 4 bodies found in May shifted the narrative of the incident. Some of the members had major skull damage, and others had major chest damage. People that examined the bodies said the force needed to cause these injuries were one of a car crash. So they said they probably endured very heavy pressure to cause these damages. Dubinina was missing her tongue, eyeballs, and part of her lips, even parts of facial tissue and skull bone, while Zolotaryov was also missing his eyeballs. During post-mortem examination, they concluded these injuries happened post-mortem because of the position they found the bodies. The bodies were found in a stream. There was an initial theory that indigenous Manus people killed the group because they were trudging on their land, but that was later put to rest and debunked because there was no other footprints found, and there was no sign of hand-to-hand struggle. And the weird thing is, they found levels of radiation on their clothes. February 2019, Russian authorities reopened the case and determined that there was only 3 possibilities of what occurred. 1, an avalanche. 2, a slab avalanche. Or 3, a hurricane. Possibility of a crime had been discontinued. Most people think it was other things, either supernatural or something else. What do you think it was? What do you think caused all of that chaos? Let me know in the comments. I really hope you all enjoyed the video, and thank you so much for all the love and support that you guys have been showing. And as always, chat, stay safe and good night.